How can a weapon that costs less than a used car threaten some of the most expensive military machines ever built? $2,000 against $13 billion. At first it sounds ridiculous, a joke, a mismatch so extreme that the outcome should be obvious. But modern warfare has a habit of humiliating assumptions. And today, one of the biggest assumptions in military history is being challenged by something smaller than a speedboat, the sea drone. For decades, military power at sea was measured by size. Bigger ships, more aircraft, longer range, more firepower. Entire fleets were built around this idea. The aircraft carrier became the symbol of global power. A floating city carrying dozens of fighter jets, thousands of sailors, billions of dollars in technology. A single carrier strike group can cost more than the GDP of some countries, and for years it worked. Nobody could challenge these giants. Nobody could match them. Nobody could threaten them. Then something changed. A new type of weapon appeared, cheap, small, disposable, and terrifying. The sea drone. At first, many military planners dismissed them. They looked too simple, too fragile, too small. How could something so inexpensive threaten advanced warships? Then reality arrived. In recent conflicts, naval commanders watched as small, unmanned systems achieved something once considered impossible. They forced billion-dollar fleets to change behavior, not destroy them, not sink entire navies. Something far more important. They changed the calculations, and in warfare, changing calculations changes everything. Imagine you're commanding a fleet. Your ships cost billions. Your sailors spent years training. Your equipment represents decades of investment. Then your enemy launches 50 sea drones. Not missiles, not submarines, just 50 floating robots. Suddenly the math becomes uncomfortable. Every missile you fire to stop them costs money. Every defensive system you activate costs money. Every maneuver consumes fuel. Every mistake creates risk. And your enemy knows it. Because modern warfare is becoming a game of economics. Who spends more? Who loses more? Who can afford the next round? And that's where cheap autonomous systems become dangerous. Not because they're stronger, because they're cheaper. A carrier might cost $13 billion. A destroyer might cost $2 billion. A sea drone, sometimes only a few thousand. Think about that. One side risks billions. The other risks almost nothing. This is the same reason a $500 drone became famous for destroying vehicles worth millions. The battlefield no longer rewards size the way it once did. It rewards creativity. And sea drones are one of the most creative weapons to appear in decades. Unlike traditional warships, sea drones don't need crews. They don't need food. They don't need sleeping quarters. They don't need medical facilities. They don't need life support systems. Remove the human, remove the cost, remove the weight, remove the complexity. What remains is a machine optimized for a single purpose, reaching its target. That alone would be worrying. But modern sea drones are becoming smarter. Artificial intelligence is beginning to enter the equation. Navigation, target recognition, route planning, threat avoidance, coordinated movement. The result is something military planners fear: swarms. One sea drone is manageable, 5 is difficult, 50 becomes a problem, 100 becomes a nightmare. Because every defensive system has limits, every radar has blind spots, every crew becomes overwhelmed, and every fleet eventually reaches saturation. Imagine standing on the bridge of a warship. Your radar lights up, not with one contact, not 10, 100. Some are decoys. Some are reconnaissance drones. Some may carry explosives. Some may simply be there to confuse you. Which do you shoot first? Which do you ignore? Which is the real threat? That uncertainty is a weapon, and uncertainty often wins battles. History is full of examples. The side that creates confusion gains an advantage. The side that forces mistakes gains an advantage. The side that overloads decision-making gains an advantage. Sea drones do all three. They create confusion, they create uncertainty, and they force expensive systems to react. The psychological effect may be even more powerful than the physical effect, because naval commanders now have to think differently. Every port becomes vulnerable. Every shipping lane becomes vulnerable. Every anchored vessel becomes vulnerable. The ocean suddenly becomes crowded with potential threats, and oceans are large, very large. Monitoring every kilometer is impossible, which is why detection becomes critical. This is where artificial intelligence returns to the story, because humans cannot watch every sensor, every camera, every radar feed, every sonar contact. AI can help identify patterns. AI can flag unusual behavior. AI can prioritize threats. AI can help commanders make decisions faster. But even AI has limits, and that creates an uncomfortable possibility. What happens when both sides use AI? One side launches autonomous drones, the other side deploys autonomous defenses, machine versus machine, algorithm versus algorithm, at speeds humans struggle to follow. The future battlefield may not be defined by who has more ships, it may be defined by who has better software, and that possibility is changing military strategy around the world. Countries are paying attention: the United States, China, Russia, Turkey, Iran, Ukraine. Everyone is watching, because everyone sees the same lesson. Cheap systems are becoming powerful, very powerful. The implications extend far beyond warfare. Commercial shipping, energy infrastructure, ports, offshore platforms, undersea networks, all depend on maritime security. And maritime security is becoming more complicated every year. The sea is no longer just a battlefield for giant warships. It is becoming a battlefield for autonomous machines, small machines, cheap machines, machines that can appear almost anywhere, machines that can force powerful fleets to reconsider everything. Which raises an uncomfortable question. Are aircraft carriers becoming obsolete? The answer is probably no, at least not yet. Carriers remain among the most powerful military assets ever built. They project power across oceans, support military operations, launch aircraft, control enormous areas. But the question itself matters, because 20 years ago, almost nobody asked it. Today, everyone does. Not because carriers became weaker, because drones became stronger. And that's the real story. The future of warfare isn't necessarily about replacing old weapons. It's about changing the balance between cost and effect. For centuries, powerful nations relied on expensive platforms, expensive ships, expensive aircraft, expensive missiles. Now inexpensive technologies are beginning to challenge that model. Not everywhere, not always, but often enough to create concern. And concern drives military innovation, which is exactly why navies around the world are investing heavily in autonomous systems. Not because they want them, because they cannot ignore them. The lesson is becoming impossible to miss. A weapon doesn't need to be expensive to be dangerous. It doesn't need to be large, it doesn't need to be advanced, it only needs to force a larger system to react. And sea drones are doing exactly that. The next revolution in naval warfare may not arrive on a giant warship. It may not arrive on a submarine. It may not arrive on an aircraft carrier. It may arrive as a machine smaller than a fishing boat, a machine that costs less than a family car, a machine controlled from miles away, or perhaps by nobody at all, because the future of naval warfare may belong to fleets without sailors. And if that happens, military history could be entering one of its biggest transformations since the invention of the battleship. The age of giant warships isn't over, but for the first time in decades, something small is making them nervous, very nervous. If you want to understand the hidden vulnerabilities, emerging weapons, and technologies reshaping global power, subscribe to Redline Brief, because the next military revolution may already be floating toward us.